Hello and welcome to NepalTraveler.com. We are back once again with another episode of Travel Trade Talk, where we discuss people, events, challenges, opportunities in the travel trade for Nepal's tourism industry. Today I'm at the Mercure in Kathmandu, and joining me is the new GM who's recently taken up the position and taken up the responsibility for this wonderful property. He's an experienced GM who has been working in India with a number of international chains, and he has achieved a good reputation for earning a lot of money for the hotels as well as working in the markets where the tourists come from. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for putting the pressure on. It started with making a lot of money, yeah.
So, Mr. Abhishek, to
Yes,
start with, sir, maybe a little on the background, how you entered into tourism industry and your journey so far.
Terence, thank you for that. So I started over 24 years before. So I'm a hotel management graduate from IHM Bangalore. So my first stint started in Radisson, Delhi. I started from F&B operations, graduated to F&B sales, banquet sales and room sales. So worked in four different chains. So I worked in Radisson, Sarovar, I worked in Accor. Accor was my first stint in for a French hospitality. So I headed the Ibis in Gurgaon. That was my last hotel, which was 214 rooms, 214 room hotel. And now I'm here at Mercure Kathmandu, which I think Kathmandu being a fantastic place and this hotel being fantastically designed. And so Mercure as a brand, we are part of the Accor group, which is a French company. We are part of a French company. So our motto is discover local.
Yes.
So that's my experience. So worked in F&B, sales, banquet sales, room sales. That's the journey. And this is my fourth stint as a general manager.
So maybe a little personal inquiry into what led to you coming into Nepal, because I think Mercure has a huge presence in India, but then you chose to come and take over this responsibility.
My career, if you see, has been linked to all cosmopolitan cities in terms of business travel. That's been my strength. I've worked in all business travel, so I felt to come to Kathmandu and explore a new market will be an opportunity. And I've always heard good things about Nepal. Nepal hospitality, Nepal culture, Nepal people. So I think there was no better to explore the world and being close to India. It's not that far away if you need to go home. So the hospitality at Nepal, the culture at Nepal, Nepali people, and so I thought it's an opportunity to learn and grow.
You joined into the Mercure at perhaps the most challenging time for Nepal's tourism industry. I think it was just shortly after the protest that we've seen, which made global headlines and everything else. How has that experience been? And now, you're just settling in still.
I think we humans have a short-lived memory. I think Nepal has got back to where, not probably got back to where it is. I think it's in the right direction. I just hope in future things are more stable. In last few days, and with November coming in, I see industry will do better than what it was doing in before. It might not peak, but I think it's in the right direction. Another thing I would not say surprise, to my learning was the domestic consumption in Nepal has also improved.
True.
Domestic consumption in Nepal has improved. So during this period, I think people came back, a lot of Nepalese people also came back for their Tehar, for the Shai Tehar. So, and all the series which were there, the wholesale market, it's all been done before. So people had the faith to come back. And so I think it was a small hiccup. It's in the right direction. It'll be a little challenging than before, but it'll take time. with all the hospitality hotels, international chains here, and all the wholesale market, by December, I believe Nepal should be back where it should be.
And now that you've taken the responsibility of this wonderful property, what's your first impression of the Mercure and Accor property in Nepal? Because you're coming in as an outsider and you're taking charge, so you honestly, how do you see this hotel?
It's a very beautifully designed Mercure. It's an upscale Mercure, to be honest. We got different F&B offerings here. It's very smartly done rooms, about 104 rooms. We got a spa, we got a gymnasium, we got an infinity pool. So, as far as Accor is concerned, Accor has a worldwide presence. Our first hotel in Nepal, I think just the beginning. The loyalty of Accor members, the loyalty program, all will make a difference, which I've already come and noticed that a lot of Accor members have started using this hotel, which is a new diversity which is happening. So I believe in going time, it will only help the market. Accor in India is growing. We are part of the Asian region, which is right now India is also part of the Asian region. So there's a tie between Interglobe and Accor in India, which is growing. So there is an opportunity. A lot of Mercures are coming in India. Those Mercures in India will help to position the brand correctly and eventually help the Mercure Kathmandu too.
One common perception among many hoteliers is that there has suddenly been an influx of many properties, especially international chains, and that perhaps the market hasn't grown in accordance with that, and so they feel, the pie has just gotten smaller. The slices have got smaller. So
I always thought that is going to that's a perception. Brands bring loyalty. Any international brand, be it any brand. So that loyalty brings in new customers. So I'm sure the pie hasn't gone smaller, it's gone bigger. It's just the influx of hotels which have come in. Those loyalties eventually in some time, I believe in a year or two, it will increase and the pie is only going to get bigger. All international have their loyalty programs, which is eventually helpful to create visibility internationally, because these all are international brands where, like Accor being French, we leaders in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and there are enough members, all members. So that loyalty, and to add to this, we have a lot of loyal customers who already use this hotel, our members. So our members have contributed already to this hotel. So I strongly believe that loyalty for all international chains should help Nepal to grow. It's not that the pie will get smaller.
And has this been similar in India, perhaps, when the international chains were coming? Were these perceptions there?
I think it's a trend which will be similar, because once the brand goes in, whichever country the brand is originated from, visibility increases. So any of these brands, wherever they've generated, again I'll say, being part of Accor, I'll say French company, very high in Europe, Australia, New Zealand, many more countries we are leading. A lot of countries we're leading. So those members would realize when they go on the website, the presence, people are traveling today. I think post-COVID, the traveling of people has increased a lot. So I really think this brings an opportunity.
And with Accor coming into to India, because there were already so many brands also in India, I mean, how has that experience been for Accor? Because you're creating a niche for yourself, you're creating your market, and I guess that's going to be the same in Nepal.
India, they're only on growth. The growth market is big. I'm sure the leadership at India know what they're doing, and I only see that they're very aspirational and they're on the right track of growth. And we just being a small part of the whole ecosystem, I think the corporate office would know more, but I strongly believe they're very, very aspirational, and we'll see a lot of changes happening in India and a lot of hotels coming in terms of luxury, mid-scale, all segments.
On the other side of the same argument, when you talk about international chains entering, the international chains also bring a lot of expertise and training programs. And you yourself have been involved in a lot of training, turning hotels around, making them more profitable. What are the plans for Mercure in Kathmandu, and how much will the local staff, the local industry?
So the good part is that when these international chains come in, there's a lot of structure already in place. We have to just give exposure to that structure. So we have learning platform like Learn Your Way, Tipsy, Atrium, and many more. So everything is very process oriented. So it helps. So it's the team goes through these modules, and for any skill to grow, training is important. Any skill to grow, and with these international chains and Accor especially, all these programs, I have done myself also certain programs. We have a very strong L&D department in Accor, and it's a major focus on skill and growth, because these skills help people to learn better, and then they grow within the organization. So all employees, artists, can grow after a year and look at an opportunity at different levels, at different hotels, and gain more experience.
Now, as the general manager of the Mercure, what changes will we be seeing, perhaps in F&B offers or whatever? What kind of, I know you've just joined in, but
No, I think the first thing which I did was going to the market. That was very critical to understand the pulse of the market. It seems optimistic. The first thing is we've increased our visibility. We need to work more on it. We have Zyka as an Indian specialty restaurant which has picked up. We have Sukedhara as a rooftop escape. You could see it's by the poolside. It's another go-to place which people have been talking about. Then we have Dine, we have Cove. Dine is our multi-cuisine restaurant. We have Sopra, Italiano, one more restaurant. Then we have Cove, which is our bake and cakes. So we are offering for all type of clientele. So from a lounge to regeneration to speciality, the visibility will increase. With the festival season coming in, we will do certain promotions, which will help to consume the local market. So our focus is going to be domestic market in this. And on top of that, we have ballroom, courtyard. We have ballroom attached to our courtyard, which again, the response has been very optimistic, and we look at further growing that business.
talking about the domestic market, how would you look at the domestic market in Nepal, and where do you think Mercure could gain more share of that?
In terms of F&B, I see there are corporates. The manpowers, there is manpower demand. Then you have banking sector, which is very domestic, insurance, banking sector, insurance, pharmaceutical. These are great opportunities, apart from the wholesale market. So these, I would not say they can't be ignored. They need to be valued more than what people are, because this sector has a great opportunity to help your F&B to sustain and grow. So banking, I think, is a very strong sector in Nepal. Pharma is again very, very strong. So it's just about covering these places and reaching the right people. And I think aspiration of Nepalis youth to eat at a good place
They want to be seen.
can't be taken away. Can't be taken away. So I think there's a lot of local fragrance, a lot of people from outside Nepal, in the sense within Nepal, travel to Kathmandu. So that's aspiration. People first didn't live in these 5-star hotel. I believe that trend has changed in the last 4-5 years. People aspire from other parts of Nepal to come to Kathmandu and live there. And so that is the domestic consumption, I believe, should help Nepal and all the hotels in Nepal.
You were talking earlier about the series business. Post the political crisis and little protest that we've had, honestly, what is the feedback that you're getting from international tour groups and stuff? What kind of queries do they have?
So people who hadn't booked their flight, they cancelled it. Who had booked it, they did. They did come.
They made the trip.
They did come. People who came for adventure felt the adrenaline is higher, so they did come. Other series also did come. So we've had Japanese customer, we've had customer from Taiwan. So we also seeing a certain series coming in, and November seems to be promising. And city is doing better than what it was doing in September, October.
So there is a certain confidence that these
It's
things
building
happen,
up.
but
It's
not
building
really
up. It's building up. I think confidence is built by Nepal. Everything's been quiet. Everything's been nice. Everything is moving in the right direction. So I would say it's optimistic. It's in the right direction, and we hope to see better results.
When you talk about Kathmandu and certain cities of Nepal, we've seen suddenly a lot of new hotels coming up and stuff. Do you feel that the demand and supply will eventually work itself out, and are hotels actually working to increase the demand for?
See, I'm too new to answer this, to be honest. But if you see this, this happens worldwide. I'm sure everybody's done certain studies before investing.
Exactly.
Okay. The visions could be a long term. Our industry is a long term investment. So, and I believe every country, every place would go through a certain pattern, similar pattern. And industry worldwide has shown that it has always grown. It has its ups and downs. So I'm sure this will fall in place.
As a new GM who's come out of India, you've seen the market there, which is much more developed, more mature market. What is the message that you would like to send back through the loyalty program and stuff about Nepal as a destination? How would you promote that? What is the message that you would like to send out?
I think great food, great people, great culture, completely a beautiful destination. Weather is fantastic, a lot of diversity, a lot of inclusion, which at Accor we also believe at. If you look at our management group, 70% are women, 70%. We operate at about 33% of staff, which is women empowered. So the message is more to do with a safe destination currently, and Kathmandu is too old a destination not to be known. It's made its point, it's not that it's just a destination which is coming up. This destination has been there for years. People have traveled to Nepal, and people know what Nepal is, what Kathmandu is, what Pokhara is. So it's just rebuilding the image, and I don't think any market would have come back that fast as Nepal has come back also. So.
And how do you see the Indian outbound, and where could Nepal as a destination get more percentage from that?
I think there's already a fair share. It's not that it's not a fair share.
But how do we increase our?
There is already a fair share. It reflects in the number of flights which are coming in from India, number of flights which are coming in. So I think there's a fair share, and it will build. It will build. So India also this time is Diwali, everything. Everybody likes to be at home.
Yes.
So, and with new routes opening up, new flights coming in, these have happened because there's more demand. There's an opportunity, and India will grow. Indians like traveling, and a close destination to India, Nepal, Kathmandu, and we do explore a lot of travel. So I'm hoping India will, and it's again all the brands, international brands, will increase their visibility there. We at Accor, we have a strong NSO team, GSO team in India, which will help us to penetrate that market better, increase our visibility, and Kathmandu should be there very soon.
As a final question, is there anything that you would like to give as a message to the travel trade in Nepal? Because this show is widely watched by the travel trade.
See, I'm too new to that, but I'll just say they've done a good job. They've done a fantastic job of promoting Nepal. After having these indifferent situations also which you mentioned, for me, still to have an influx of people coming in, I think they're moving in the right direction. And they are the representation of Nepal. And they would know better than me what to do, to be honest. I am just a 30-day-old guy here, so I'm still learning. So probably I'll learn from them to how to take this forward. But I see when I met a few of them. I see.
Yes, I believe you hit the ground running.
Yes, I hit the ground running.
Into the travel trade.
Yes, I met a few of them. Only thing everybody was optimistic. They said it takes certain time. But everybody was optimistic about the travel again picking up in Nepal. So I'm too young or too naive right now to give a message to them. I think I have to learn from them to give a message. So they are doing a fantastic job, and I'm sure they've been in Nepal for years. They would like the Nepal tourism to grow.
And you'd like to network more with them.
Yes, it's always good to know your partners. It's always good to work hand in hand, understand their challenges and explain yours, and come to a win-win situation. How do you handle that? So I strongly believe the Nepal, Kathmandu to begin with, and complete Nepal will come back as strong, maybe better than 2019 very soon.
That's the hope that we all have. Thank you so much, sir. For
I
taking
think
the time.
more than hope, with the whatever I've gone in market, I'm optimistic.
Thank you so much, sir, for taking the time to speak to us.
Thank you. No, pleasure.
All the best.